Go.
Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation on Mondetta clothing. My name is Kate.
I'm Cole.
I'm Letitia.
I'm Matt.
I'm Victoria.
All right, so to contextualize our strategy, we're going to go over the situational overview of the industry. We see a rise in athleisure wear and casual clothes in the workplace as cultures are shifting, and we also see a rise in purchasing of sustainable clothing, especially due to the threat of climate change and environmental degradation. And finally, we see a rise in social media and social commerce.
So this here is a current value map of the athleisure industry. On the x-axis, this graph shows attributes that are important to the consumers that are purchasing within this industry. And the lines on the graph show where Mondetta, as well as its competitors, rank amongst these attributes in comparison to one another. This is a SWOT analysis, which is another important way of assessing the market. The most important area here would be the opportunity section, which talks about the different trends in the industry that Mondetta should take advantage of when planning its future efforts. Some of these include the expansion of the athleisure industry, an increase in sustainable purchasing, and an increase in casual and work from home wear.
Here we have the current business model canvas for Mondetta at the moment, which serves as a benchmark for our future goals.
We'll now be moving into our goals. So we have two overall goals to focus on. Our first goal is to consolidate all Mondetta brands solely into Modern Ambition and focus on performance business and combining sportswear and workwear elements into the clothing that will target more career-driven consumers with busy lives. We'll also look to establishing a work from home line. And this is our detailed SMART goal for goal number 1.
The second goal we set was to raise $15.7 million in revenue in the Northeast of the United States in the first fiscal year, implementing this strategy, and we'll do so by opening more Mondetta retailers here, considering the emergence of young professionals in the regions of Boston and New York.
We'll now be going into our strategies. Mondetta should focus on revitalizing the Mondetta Originals and Modern Ambition brands websites and expand its product offerings to Kohl's and JCPenney through the development of experiential venues such as pop-up shops, such as consumers will be able to interact with the brand and increase word of mouth, with Gen Z audiences favoring face-to-face demonstrations, and with the changing needs of young consumers, flexibility and maneuverability is at the heart of stimulating brand interest. The new target market of Mondetta is the Gen Z audience between the ages of 20 and 24. These individuals are recent college graduates, newly entering the professional workforce. Expanding into the Northeast, consumers in this target segment have values in professional, highly comfortable, and cross-functional, sustainable, and affordable clothing.
Here we have our consumer segmentation diagram. The values of the young professionals is time-saving and resourceful avenues of self-investment. They value balance in all aspects of life, socially, physically, and sustainably. And in terms of a subjective profile, there are 22 to 24-year-old young professionals with limited disposable income, mostly living in urban to suburban areas, either alone or with roommates. Following, we have the consumer empathy map. These are new professionals that are working long weeks of work, balancing social lives and exercise. They want to appear professional yet comfortable, as they often hear dressed to impress and look good, feel good. Self-improvement and investment is a highly important yet difficult goal in an ever-changing world, transitioning to remote and hybrid work.
Some of the pains of this consumer segment is that consumers experience pain points in balancing comfort and professionalism in their work and personal lives. These gains include a seamless transition from school to work, as well as providing comfort for all day-to-day activities, including work, social, and fitness.
So this is our proposed value map for the athleisure industry. And as you can see, there were changes made to Mondetta's rankings amongst some of these attributes, and this was based on the changes that we are proposing that the company makes. And when you look at the map, following these changes, it can be seen that the blue ocean area that Mondetta would be entering lies within the attributes that are circled at the bottom, including affordability, professionalism, performance, and multi-purpose. This is a perceptual map. which is another important way to show how customers will view Mondetta in comparison to its competitors after the changes that we propose are made. The axes of this map are based on how expensive these different companies are, as well as their level of functionality, which is the idea that their clothing fits different environments like professional, active, and casual occasions.
The new price of Mondetta should highlight a premium positioning model based on high sustainability and B Corp status. Higher prices also lead to a perception of high quality products, which is desirable among Gen Z. Examples include raising the price of the active dress from $46 to $70, among others.
This is the 4-action framework we'll be working with the rise in Gen Z professionals and also an environmental health focus. We want to reduce the abiding by one definition of professionalism in our hopes of creating an athleisure workwear where comfortable meets professional.
All right, so this is a revised business model canvas, and we are focusing on changing the value proposition, channels, and customer segments. For the value proposition in particular, we really want to create clothing for business casual and athletic occasions, so to relieve the pain of needing to have clothes for both of those occasions separately.
Now we'll be moving into our tactics. Mondetta brand identifiers will now include a new motto from Spirit of Unification to the new business professional, which is more in line with what the brand is selling. We also recommend a new packaging design with the logo and brand name on the box.
These are a few of Mondetta's brand reference. Some examples include multi-purpose, self-investment, and early adopters.
So to execute this message, we're going to use both information and affect-based appeals, really focusing on the quality of the fabrics, the eco-friendly practices, and just the quality of the product offerings overall. And for emotion, really focusing on the empowerment folks can feel when they wear our clothing while reaching their professional and personal goals. This is going to be executed through social media ads as well as TV/streaming ads. This includes HBO, Hulu, and YouTube. And to create this content, we're going to utilize influencer collaborations by giving PR packages of our clothing to them to create content based around it. And we're also going to start a campus brand ambassador program where we will recruit business school students to advertise our products.
Next, we'll be going into the implementation and control section.
So the infrastructure we have to focus on is retailer locations, as we've mentioned previously with JCPenney and Kohl's online stores to make it more accessible for consumers. And then the social media and Instagram influencer program can help us with our advertising, and then finally manufacturing plans to improve supply chain.
In terms of business processes, of the 15.7 million projected to be raised, we budgeted 785,000 for these processes, including location specialization, product optimization, and branding repositioning.
This is our implementation schedule.
So this is our performance and environment. Pertaining to performance, Mondetta will track quarterly revenue benchmarks with internal evaluations, customer satisfaction rates, and changes in market share. For environment, opportunity points for Mondetta include new raw materials for producing comfortable clothing, rise in environmentally conscious purchasing habits, and work from home cross-functional apparel. Threats include the rise in price of raw materials, popularity of fast fashion and cheaper clothing options, as well as the saturated athleisure market.
All right, that is our presentation. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.